Archie Beach here, and we have my good friend Joel from Focal. We go back now, right? Are we consider going back?
Exactly, we go way back,
we go
man.
way back. So what do we have here, man? What do you have going on?
So let me hold on to this. So just for starters, we're launching the brand new black finish on the Trio 6s and the Solo 6s. And that's the brand new thing. But also the top of the line stuff. We're basically stepping into the main monitor realm. So the Utopia main 112 and 212 are the two models that we're launching on that range. 13-inch drivers on the woofers, both in the single and the dual driver design. And then new technologies for the tweeter. So for the tweeter, we have basically a new tweeter design, so an upgrade even from what you find on the Trio 6 ST6, with new improved suspension, inverted M-shaped dome, improved infinite acoustic loading to make sure that basically you can achieve a really, really high SPL, 120 dB on a driver of this size, but with minimal distortion. Then trying to walk through the traffic here.
So we have a lot of
brand new mid-range, so as you can see, no dust cap on it.
Yep.
They do this M-shaped driver so that, you know, it increases stiffness, reduces, you know, we keep it very lightweight, but very stiff and very rigid. So it acts almost like a planar wave. Obviously improves suspension, and then like this crazy magnet. If you look inside, like it's carbon fiber reinforced. Even the size of, like they play with these things like the size of the voice coil and all of these little factors that just make it a faster speaker because you're controlling the force that you're applying to the driver through that. And then the cabinets, you got some B-roll of that, like the cabinet, the front, like in your Trio 6s, it's 25 millimeters for the whole cabinet in terms of thickness. On these Utopia mains is 50 millimeters on the front panel. And I know we're in the US, I don't know how many inches. 50 millimeters on the front panel, 30 millimeters in every other panel. The bracing inside of the cabinet is insane. Like, I'll send you some pictures of the inside of the cabinet with quarter wavelength resonators. I won't get much into the details of it. Let me see what else. About the amp unit. While the amp is on the outside, it is a fully active speaker. All the power supplies, crossover, EQing, all takes place on that amp.
On the amp,
Can be soffit mounted. We can also plug the front port to get closer to a closed box design. You need to adjust the parameters on the amp with that.
So do each individual speaker has its own external amp?
It has its own amp,
That's
correct.
Awesome, because I noticed the two there, it was sort of set up side by side. So it's awesome that you guys did that, lots of power, and that's a great way to like...
Another very interesting add-on to that is you can control the level of that you're sending to each driver unit. And on top of that, the mid-range and the high frequency driver, they're controlled by this new crazy current mode H-class amplifier, which instead of voltage, it controls the current. So you bypass all of these issues you have with temperature and changing the resistance, etc. So I think that's the technical like short version, and I know it's a short long version. So
I love it.
Thank you so much for stopping by.